You ever been fishing a jerk bait in really, really clear water, and just you get that bait up close where you kind of comes in sight, you see a bass behind it, and maybe as soon as he sees the boat, he turns and swims off, or he just doesn't bite it. You ever see that happen? Or maybe you're fishing using a live scope, and you can watching your bait out there a distance. You see that bass, you're running that jerk bait above it, and you see a bass come up to it and just lay there and not bite it. What do you do? What do you do? How do you solve that problem? Good morning, guys and girls. March 22nd. March 22nd. My goodness, time is flying like a roll of toilet paper. You ever notice life is just like a roll of toilet paper? Closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. And I'm telling you, life is flying by. So enjoy, have a good time today, have fun, be part of the solution, not the problem, because your life is passing quickly, I promise you. We're all passing. Our life's passing at the same time, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, so forth and so on. But I'm going to tell you, it doesn't seem like life is flying by at rapid speed right now. March 22nd, reading from a Catch a Better Life book on the Catch a Better Life channel. If you want a copy of this book, you can get it at jimmyhouston.com. You can also get it at Barnes & Noble, Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, Hobby Lobby, Books A Million, just about anywhere books are sold. If you want it personalized and autographed, you can get it from us at jimmyhouston.com, and I'll be happy to do that. It's got a scripture for every single day, a devotional built around fishing, and a fishing tip for every single day. Today we're looking at the book of John 11:35. Very, very short scripture, 2 words. Yeah, you know what it is. Jesus wept. Jesus wept. Jesus cried. There may be no crying in baseball, but I've sure seen plenty of crying in fishing. Lots of crying in fishing. Mostly tears of joy, actually. Like when my friend Brian Latimer won his first FLW tournament. But I have seen guys and gals cry when they learned they had just barely lost the tournament as well. I've seen a lot of tears shed then. Probably shed a few myself, to be honest with you. Today's verse is well known as the Bible's shortest verse in the Bible. But Jesus wept, Jesus cried, just before he performed one of his greatest miracles ever, raising his dear friend Lazarus back to life, bringing Lazarus back from the dead, not back from the dead like he died a few minutes ago, but back from the dead he died a few days ago, was buried in the tomb. Jesus walked on earth. He was all man, just like you and I, and yet he was all God, performing incredible miracles. We could just go on and on and on about all the miracles that Jesus Christ performed while he was here on earth. Jesus performed a lot of miracles in my life since he's gone on to heaven. But here's the deal. Even in death, you and I have full victory in Jesus. You and me, we have full victory in Jesus. The grave can't hold us. It can't hold us. Hold our body, can't hold our soul. The world can't defeat us. As we walk through this earth right here, the world can't defeat us. We'll have victories, we'll have defeats, but the world cannot defeat us. We are victorious. We might cry. We are going to have troubles. They say men don't cry. I can't consider myself in that crowd for sure. But in the end, when this life ends, excuse me, just like Lazarus, we're going to walk right out of that grave. We're going to walk right out of that grave. And as in baseball, there's got to be no crying in heaven. No crying in baseball, there's no crying in heaven. But there will be so much joy, much greater than we have ever known. We can't even begin to fathom. Or as the song said, I can only imagine what heaven might be like. I look around at what's behind me and what's all around me, and as I travel all around this great United States, as I travel around the world, I see things that God created that's amazing. He tells us, Jesus tells us, heaven is more incredible than anything God's ever created. Here's our tip for today. When bass follow a jerkbait, they follow it and don't bite it. You might be visually seeing them with your eyes out there in clear water following that bait, and they don't bite it. Try different speeds and try longer stops or pauses. A good rule of thumb when you're fishing a jerk bait in colder water, jerk that bait down, get it down quick, pause. Jerk it a couple of times with your rod tip, not very far, just about 6 inches. Doot, doot, doot. Pause. Pause. A great rule of thumb. Pause as long as you can stand it. As long as you can stand it. Want to jerk that bait one more time? Pause, pause. As long as you can stand it. And then pause a little more. Pause a little more. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. And remember, I sure do love you.